What's up, everybody? This is Carolina Mike, and I want to take you on a journey with me as I try to pay off my student loans sooner rather than later by using thrifting and reselling on eBay. Stick around to find out what we found over at RK Solutions over in Fridley, Minnesota. Alright, so here we are back at RK Solutions. This is the same day as the last video, or the first video for this channel. Basically looking through all the games, spot a Risk game here I'm going to check out in a second. And as a matter of fact, I'm grabbing it right now, and this appears to be a pretty vintage version of Risk. The box wasn't in super great condition and the pieces were a bit scattered, so I figured I might have very little chance of that being an actual complete game, so I set it aside. Then we got another trivia game here. It looks to be another NBC related vintage game, but as I opened it up I could tell that, you know, it seemed like it had been sort of stuffed in there. Wasn't so sure it was going to be complete and didn't want to mess with trying to pull all the pieces out while I was in there. Got this cubic game, which seemed like it might be a good hit, but lots of little pieces in there, and I eventually looked it up and didn't find a whole lot of meat on the bone, so ended up passing on that one. Alright, so we're gonna keep digging here, and I figure if I dig long enough, I might find something that I might want to buy. And as it usually goes, you gotta keep digging, as you'll see here in a second. Oh, it's some cute little pooches, cute little doggies. What's up, little doggies? But I dug to the bottom of this bag, or box of games rather, and lo and behold, we have a vintage Risk game. I do believe this was from about 1975. So I could tell from the condition of the box of the Risk game that it was going to be in fairly decent shape. So I just set it off to the side, found another game, and if I see a game that I don't know how much it's worth, I'm always going to check it out if I can, if I got the time, on eBay. Everyone may have their own set of criteria. I like to focus on items in the US that are buy it nows, and then I look at completed, see how many completed, and then see how many of those completed items sold. So here I am, checking out the box here. It looks really good. There is some tape on it. Usually I will try and find a way to get that off if I can. I'm looking for a UPC code. That's why you see me lifting it up. And I'm like, okay, like all the games I find at Goodwill have UPC codes. Well, that's because most of the games I find at Goodwill are modern games. And this one was pretty vintage. So that's why it didn't have a barcode. So I'm looking it up. Again, I just need to see, what this particular version of Risk is going to go for before I invest a lot of time into it. And it's just a thrill to be able to open up a game that is from 1974, 1975 and see something that looks like this. It's like, wow, this person either barely played the game or they took really, really good care of it. Either way, that's a bonus. So I don't know why I'm shaking them here. I have no idea why I'm shaking them. But I'm checking the cards, make sure that all the cards are there. Sorry the camera's not pointed down a little bit more. Still getting used to this GoPro thing. And, we got the instructions. Instructions are in great shape. I'm trying to find a year here. I'm always interested in finding year. I need a barcode. If I can't find a barcode, then I gotta find a year, and that's how I'm able to look it up. Boards, did I not open up the board? When I got it home, it was in great shape. And I think there might be possibly one busted corner. Otherwise, game looks in great shape. And normally, let's say if I were in Goodwill, I would take the time, I'd find a spot, go back to where the tables are, and open it up and count the pieces, because sometimes I will pass on a game if it's incomplete. However, don't let that stop you from buying a game. I have found games that are worth a lot of money even if they're missing pieces. It just really depends on the game. So put that over in my pile and keep shopping. Okay, so here's a nice little treat. Kevin located some Zippo lighters. Earlier I had asked if he had any. Certainly did. One on the left is a Zippo. The one on the right, I'm trying to figure out what it is, but it just says Japan on the bottom, so I know it's for sure not a Zippo. So I bring my attention back to the left. I look at the logo. I see it's a script logo, and that I'm excited by that because that means it's vintage. And so now I'm like, okay, I got to figure out what year this is. Like, this is a 1935. No, it was not a 1930. No, It would have been awesome if that was the case. So I go to my phone and start looking up Zippo identification codes, and I think I'm on the web, but I'm not. I'm actually in the eBay app, and, well, you can't do Google searches inside eBay. Eventually, I figured this out and go back to Google and pull up the identification codes for Zippo lighters. Eventually, I discover that we have a 1968 Slim, and the way I determined that is by looking at the date codes, and we had 3 hashes on the left, or ticks or whatever, 3 lines on the left of the logo and 3 lines on the right, and that corresponds to 1968. So based off of that, I'm thinking, you know, there could be something here. Even if I don't sell it, I would just add it to my collection. I'm also able to send this lighter off to Zippo, and if there's anything wrong with it, they'll make sure that it's good to go because Zippo has a lifetime warranty. Alright everyone, that's going to do it for this installment. I know I didn't show any comps on those items yet. I prefer to wait until the items sell, and then we'll do an update video to show you how much they sold for. Until then, I want to give a big shout out to everyone over at RK Solutions. Stop by and visit them if you're in the Fridley, Minnesota area. And please like, subscribe, and if you want to check out the eBay store, there is a link in the description. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the support. We will get these student loans paid off sooner rather than later. Take it easy, y'all.